do our Irab, I would like to do a little look, as I said, for taqdim and ta'khir. Why I want to do this was because in the verse number 10, we had what we called a habar muqaddam, yeah, anzartahum. Sorry, sawa'un alayhim. That one came before the muqtada. So let's have a look at what we mean by taqdim and ta'khir, yeah. Okay. Now, word order. What do I mean by word order? In a sentence, okay, in a sentence, it's not possible to say all the parts of a sentence all at once. That's obvious, right? You have to say one word first and then followed by another word. Yeah, so words have to precede one and another. So in jumlah ismiyah, that's a nominal sentence, and in jumlah fi'liyah, a verbal sentence, they have specific sequence or structures, okay? Today, you are going to look at it in a different way, okay? We are going to look at it from the perspective of musnad ilayh and musnad. Okay, what's musnad ilayh and what is musnad? So this is the first thing that we need to understand, okay? Then we see here in a jumlah ismiyah, yeah, the musnad ilayh is followed by the musnad. Just remember that for the time being. Yeah? For jumlah ismiyah, musnad ilayh is followed by musnad. I will explain this later. In jumlah fi'liyah, the musnad is followed by the musnad ilayh. Okay, just remember that, inshallah. And then this is the normal sentence order, but sometimes you will see that some parts of it will come forward, some parts of it is delayed. Okay, so what do I mean by this? We will also see this in a while. But first, I need to explain to you what musnad ilayh is and what is musnad. I think those who have done balaghah before would have come across this terminology. Now, this terminology, although it is under the roof of balaghah, it is actually a grammatical technology, yeah? Musnad ilayh and musnad. So, who are you talking about? In any sentence, usually, there is something that you're talking about. Okay, it's either what or who. So in this case, who you're talking about or what you're talking about. This is what we call musnad ilayh. Yeah, this is what we call musnad ilayh. The thing or the person or the place that you're talking about. You know, whatever subject that you're talking about, that's your musnad ilayh. This is another way of looking at a sentence, okay? Instead of the usual muqtada, khabar, fi'il, fa'il, we're going to look at it from this perspective. Musnad ilayh, the thing to which an attribution is made, okay? Or who are you talking about? Then the next thing is, what are you saying about them? Okay, what are you saying about them? So this is what we call musnad, okay? So the attribution. Yeah, so the attribution is what you're saying about them. Musnad ilayh is the thing to which an attribution is being made. And then another thing that you have is the restriction. Okay, the restriction. Can you be more specific? You're saying something about them. I'd like you to be more specific. Okay, so this is the restriction, but you will not see this in what we're going to do tonight. Okay, but I need to tell you this because to complete the picture, so I have to give you a complete picture. And this is called al-qaid. Yeah, al-qaid. So your al-qaid is like your shibhu jumlah. Yes, your fragments, your idafas, your jawa majrurs. These are your qaids. So they tell you a bit more about what you're saying about the musnad ilayh. Okay, so that's the terminology aside. Just remember that musnad ilayh, who you're talking about. Musnad, what are you saying about them? Okay, so this restriction is placed onto the attribution. So this is the more formal translation meaning, and this is the more layman meaning. Okay, so let's look at the sentences here. Musnad ilayh and musnad. Remember we said about jumlah fi'iliyah. This is jumlah fi'iliyah. And this is jumlah ismiyah. Okay. So we said we have the musnad ilayh and the musnad. Great. So where is it here? Okay. So here, the fi'il is the musnad, the attribution. The fa'il is the musnad ilayh, the thing that you're attributing that attribution to. Okay, so fa'il is who you're talking about. Fi'il is what they're doing. Okay, what they're doing. All right. Now with a jumla ismiyah, it's the other way around. Yeah, your mubtada is the musnad ilayh. Remember the subject, person that you're talking about. That's the mubtada, and the khabar is what you're talking about them. Right. So this is your musnad. So in these two sentences, it's just the same thing. It's just the same jumlah ismiyah as a question and the jumlah fi'liyah as a question, but it doesn't change. Yeah, it's still mubtada khabar and fi'il fa'il. Yeah, in this order. Okay. Now, why do we do this? Okay, why do we switch when we put the musnad, when we put the musnad ilayh? What comes first? What comes after? So what I'm going to share with you is actually quite a lot of things, but I don't want you to get confused because actually, basically, there's only two reasons why you put things before the other. Okay. Usually, we learned this in Bayina, from Bayina. One is exclusivity, which we call tahsis, and the other one is when you want to highlight something. Yeah, and this is what we call ihtimam. Yeah, so these are the two big categories. But you see, when you highlight something about someone, there are for different reasons. So that's why we have many things that we need to look at tonight. Okay. So the first one is tashwiq ila at-tahir. Yeah, what do I mean by this? Okay. So what you're trying to do is you bring forward what you want the person to focus on. Yeah, in this case, enticing someone, motivating someone to listen or pay attention to the subject that is being delayed. Okay, so let's look at examples so that you can understand. So look at this here. الذي يدخل الجنة ويتنعم بنعيمها وما فيها مما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت هو مؤمن التقي. Okay, when I don't recite and when I'm trying to read, I always get into this fumble thing, but I think let's see the meaning. Okay, so the one who will enter paradise, الذي يدخل الجنة, يدخل is to enter and enjoy the pleasures within it. Yes, yatana'am is to enjoy, yeah, and the pleasures inside it, yeah, bina'imiha, in which no eye, mimma la aynun, no eye has seen, ra'at, wala adhnun, and no ear, sami'at, has heard. And this is the God-fearing believer, huwal mu'minun taqi. So what's being done here? Here, all the pleasures of paradise, yes, is being mentioned first. Why is it being mentioned first? To encourage or to entice the listener to know who are we talking about. Yes? Ya musnad ilay. Huwal mu'minut taqi. Okay? Huwal mu'minut taqi. Yeah, so that's the shift. We want to highlight the khabar rather than the mubtada. Another reason why, this one, ta'ajilul masarah. Masarah is something good, or al-masa'a is something bad. Yeah, ta'jilu, hastening to make the person you're speaking to feel good or bad, or rushing to share good information or bad information first. Okay, so an example. Afallahu anka lima adhinta lahum hatta yatabayyana laka alladhina sadaqu wa ta'lamal kadhibin. This is from Surah At-Tawbah. This was the time when they were going into battle. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I think it was Tabuk. Yes. And then there were some people, the munafiqs basically in Medina, who did not want to follow. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam actually allowed them to stay back. And this was something Allah did not approve of. and this ayat came down. Okay, this ayat came down. But the first thing Allah said, Allah didn't scold him straight away. He did not really scold. Okay, he doesn't scold Nabi because Nabi is someone he loves. So, but he needs to say to him something. Yes, he needs to tell him that this is not something you should have done. Yeah, but first he said, "Afallahu an." That's what he said. May Allah forgive you, O Muhammad. You know. Then he asked, why did you grant them leave for remaining behind? Yeah. So in this case, right, the consolation of forgiveness, yeah, the good bit, yeah, he mentioned first. So by now, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam already know that Allah did not approve of his actions. Okay, so that's why he highlighted this first. Okay, so remember we're talking about takdim, takhir. Why are certain things brought forward before the other? So in this case, because he's already forgiven Nabi, but at the same time, he wants Nabi to know what he should not have done. Yeah, but he said the forgiveness first, not the goal. Yeah? Okay, the second part was the mas'ah here. Okay, so this one is when you want to do something the opposite way, when you want to warn somebody. Yeah, Inna Allah, yeah, indeed. Yeah, so we had the translation, certainly Allah. He has always been a keen observer of you. Alaikum. Yeah, alaikum. So here, alaikum is brought forward before rakiban to draw attention to alaikum and making it the center of the sentence. Now, in this way, the listener knows that is being warned about something. Yeah, he's being warned that Allah is always observing him. Yeah, so this is why we bring alaikum forward. Okay. Now here we call it ta'jub or inkar. I think we've heard these words before. Ta'jub is to wonder about something. Inkar is when you disapprove. Yeah, to show astonishment and disapproval of the subject. There's a very simple example. Yeah, so this one is ba'da mautin tasta. Is it after death that you'll be upright? I mean, you correct yourself only after you die. That sort of thing. So here, ba'da mautin is brought forward to show astonishment and disapproval. Obviously, this person has been doing wrong things, and he doesn't seem to want to rectify himself, and someone said this to him. Yeah. So in this case, we have brought this forward. Yeah, ba'da mautin, so that to highlight that point. This is the istihmam thing. Yeah. Okay. Now, benefit number 4. This is what we mentioned before, takhsis. Yeah, and the classic example for this is, who knows what's the classic example of exclusivity from the Quran? Anybody wanna try? Brother Hazim, do you know?
Sorry, I cannot give you example for this.
Exclusivity from Surah Al-Fatihah.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
إياك نعبد.
Yes, that's right, Sister Nazma. Sister Nazma helped you out. Yeah, it is done in order to single out the muqaddam. Yeah, so wa iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Yeah, this is the classic example. Alhamdulillah. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help for each and everything. Yeah, so this is exclusivity. So these are the 4 main groups that we want to look at. Yeah, but there are other things that we can look at. Yeah, this is additional reasons, and this is something that Imam As-Sayuti said that he observed from looking at the Quran. Yeah, I put here ihtimam so that you know the word. Okay, but this is basically to highlight something. Ihtimam is to highlight something. There are many things about ihtimam. Why the root word is ha mim mim. Yeah, ha mim mim. So this is family 8. So if you look at, I'll stop the slideshow for a while. I hope the screen doesn't disappear. You let me know you don't see anything. Okay, so let's just look at ha mim mim. Sorry. Ha mim. Oh, sorry. This is family 8. Where is family 8? Yeah, so to be distressed, to be grieved, to be worried, to be concerned about something. Yeah, to take an interest, to attach importance. Yeah, this is why it's called ihtimam. Yeah, but generally to highlight something about something. Yeah, so we have interest, intention, design, plan, importance, significance. Yeah, that's what ihtimam is all about. Okay, now let's get back to where we were. Okay. So in addition to the above reasonings, Imam As-Sayuti mentions in his book, yeah, Al-Itqan, that when it comes to taqdim, takhir in the Quran, there are other following things that he observed, okay, that was made apparent to him. So one of it is this one, tabaruk. Tabaruk, what it is? To glorify Allah, His being and name over His creation, to show His virtue over whatever is mentioned after Him. Yeah, to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His being and name over whatever He has created. So an example of this. شهد الله أنه لا إله إلا هو والملائكة وأولو العلم قائما. Okay, so this is from Ali Imran. So Allah bears witness, La ilaha illahu, none has the right to be worshipped but He, and the angels and those having knowledge also give this witness. Okay, so Allah is glorified by mentioning Him first, and then the angels, and then the people of knowledge. Yeah, because He knows that no one has the right to be worshipped but He, then the angels, and then those having knowledge. Yeah. The second one is ta'zim. Very similar to tabaruk, but tabaruk was very specific. To magnify the subject that is mentioned first, ta'zim. Yeah. So the first purpose mentioned, which is the tabaruk, is only for Allah. But ta'zim can be for Allah and other creations. So let's see how this goes. وَمَنْ يُطِيعِ اللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولِ. This is obviously Allah first. And whoever obeys Allah and then His messenger, yeah. So the messenger is after Allah, of course. And another case here, this is وَجَعَلْنَا السَّمَاءَ سَقْفًا مَحْفُوظًا وَهُمْ أَنْ آيَاتِهَا مَعْرِضُونَ. Ma'ridun are people who turn away. Yeah, we made the sky a well-secured canopy, and they turn away from its signs. Yeah, but its signs came before mu'ridun. Yeah, mu'ridun. Why? Because we attach importance. Remember, ihtimam, we attach importance to the signs first, not that why they turn it away. Yeah, so an ayatiha. Yeah, so this is ta'zim of the signs. This is ta'zim of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, then we have tashrif. Tashrif, okay. To show virtue, honor, or to show preference of one thing over another. Alimul ghaibi wa shahada. This is one ayah. I didn't say the surah because this al-ghaibi wa alimul ghaibi wa shahada appears 10 times in the Quran. Okay, so I don't want to copy 10 times. So I just mentioned this particular one. I can't recall the surah, but you can always do a search and find out where this is. Yeah, alimul ghaibi wa shahada. So, He is, yeah, this is Allah, of course, know of the unseen and the witnessed, and He is the wise and the acquainted. So here we see al-ghaib is given preference over ash-shahada. Yeah, this is because we, the creation, we are people and we were created by Allah, can only see or witness the seen, what can be seen. Yeah, but the unseen, the ghaib, is something specific to Allah alone, and Allah has knowledge of both. Okay, so this is tashrif, to show virtue, honor, to show preference of one thing over another. So in this case, the unseen over what can be seen. Okay. Another one here. Wow, this is a long sentence. But basically what it means is to encourage to perform an action or warn in being negligent. It means you should not not
Not
do this.
asal
You should
utama.
do this. You should not be negligent of it. Okay, so this ayah is from the Quran, and it is about distribution of someone's belongings after he has passed on. Yeah, after he has passed away. Yeah, it's actually a very long ayah, long ayah, saying, you know, how many parts give to this, how many parts give to that, how many give to the parents, how many give to the brothers, yes, so on and so forth. But the part that we are looking at is here. Min ba'di wasiyati yusi biha aw dainin. Yeah. So the distribution of all cases, the ones like I said, to the father, to the brother, to the wife, to the family, yeah, is after any bequest, yeah, any wasiyah that he made, any will that he wrote, yeah, made or debt, yeah. So, no, sorry, the context of this verse actually is pertaining to inheritance. Okay, so the wasiyah, this is the will, yeah, of distributing the inheritance, is mentioned before debt. Yes, and although according to the Sharia, debt and things like that should be is more important to be paid. Yeah, but this particular verse is saying that you have to do all your distribution first, and then only do what was requested and what was whatever debts that he has to pay. Yeah, first distribution, what do we call it, the fara'id part of it, and then only the rest. Yeah, so in this case, you have to do something or encouraged to do something before another thing, and you should not neglect it. Yeah, this is what he has observed. Imam As-Sayuti has observed. There one is sabq. This one is to show what which precedes and what come before another, what comes before another. Okay, so this one is the usual thing in a sentence. When you see something in a sentence, you see it one after another. Of course, automatically what comes first is more important than what comes second. Okay, so this is what basically it is saying. So here we have Allahu yastafi. So Allah chose from the angels messengers and then from humans. And Allah knows, Allah hears, and Allah sees. Yeah. So Allah chooses from the angels, messengers, and from the people. Indeed, Allah is hearing and seeing. Yeah. So because after all, we were not created uh, after the angels. The angels came first. Yeah, so the messengers from the angel were mentioned before the messengers from mankind because the angels were created first, and Jibra'il was basically the first messenger ever. Okay, Jibra'il was the first messenger ever. Okay, so that's just sequence. Yes, sabab is just sequence. Then there is as-sababiyah. As-sababiyah. What's as-sababiyah? Sometimes the first muqaddam, what is mentioned first, is the reason for the second. And I go back to the 5th verse of Al-Fatiha. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Just now, the other reason was tahsis, exclusivity. Yes, you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Yeah. Now, here I'm saying it's sababiyah. So what do I mean by this? Sorry, what do I mean by this? What it means is basically, in order for us, right, in order for us to get Allah's help, nasta'in, this is his help. Yes, we are asking for his help. We need to worship him first. Okay, so we're saying that the first, na'budu, is a means of attaining the second, wa nasta'in. So this is what we mean by sababiyah. Then we have al-kasrah. Okay, sometimes in the Quran, what is more is mentioned before what is less. Okay, so an example of this. Yeah, sometimes the first one mentioned in order to show an abundant number over another. So here we say in this verse, the kafir is mentioned before the mu'minun. So what is this all about? It is he who created you, and among you is the disbeliever, and among you is the believer. So obviously Allah already forecasted that the disbelievers are going to be much more than the believers. Let us be among the few. I mean. Okay. Now this one, Tarki. Oh, what's this? Progress from down to up or lowest to highest. This is his observation from seeing the Quran. And I think, and then we can see this, I think, not just with this example. When we read the Quran, as we read the Quran, I think you will notice this as well. Okay. So now what is this? Okay. Allahum arjulun yamshuna biha am lahum aydin yabtishuna biha am lahum a'yunun yubsiruna biha am lahum azanun yasma'una biha. So I'm sure you recognize things like eyes and ears, right? So, and walking. So what is this all about? Do they have feet by which they walk? Then another, the arjulun is feet here, yeah? So rajul is not just man. Yeah, you can, the rajim and jim can also mean feet. Or do they have hands by which they strike? Yabtishun. We didn't use the word daraba. Yeah, this is yabtishun. Or eyes which they see. You notice they start by the feet, the lowest, and goes up to your hands, and then to your eyes, and then to your ears. Eyes and ears about the same level. Okay, so or do they have ears by which they hear? Yeah, so this is something else he observed. But this is more on sequence. You know, what you see first is what comes first usually. Yeah, so this is also similar to that. Okay, that's one. Now let's see about examples in the Quran that are swapped. Now there are always questions I see in the group. Yeah, why this verse here and then in this verse, this one came second. Okay, this is basically what I mean. Sometimes we find in the Quran that word X may precede word Y in one instance, but in another verse we see the word Y precede the word X. Yes, we've seen this. So the reason why this comes before this or that comes before that will depend on the context. So let's see some examples. These are some things that are swapped. Yeah, mankind, benefit, guidance, and misguidance. Because we don't have much time, I'm just going to show you examples between this and this. You will find this in the Quran by yourself, I'm sure, when you recite it during your daily recitation. Yeah, inshallah. So let's look at men and guidance and misguidance first. All right. So here, whomsoever Allah guides, He is the guided one, and whomsoever He sends astray, it is those who are the losers. Yes, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Yeah. So in this case, the guided one came before the straight one. Yeah. Obviously, why? Because to show that those are the ones who are the losers. So this one follows what comes, what ties to this statement. So this one came second. Then we have here now, it's very long ayah, but I just want to highlight you this one. This is about what Allah said here. Yeah. The context of the second verse is about some people who said, how could Allah make an example of that? You know, a mosquito. So Allah replied. Yeah. He says that for those who believe, they know that it is the truth from their Lord. But as for those who disbelieve, they will say they won't believe. I mean, whatever he does, they're not going to believe. Yeah. So he misleads many and he guides thereby. Yeah. So he misleads thereby only those who are fasikun. Yeah. So in this case, because the response is to the people who do not believe, so the disbelief came first. Yeah. The misguidance came first and then the guidance. Yeah. The misguidance came first and then the guidance, because he's replying to those who do not believe. Okay, now the other example, mankind and jinn. Here, al-ins, al-jinn. This is straightforward. If mankind and the jinn gathered in order to produce the like of this Quran, they will not be able to produce it. Yeah, so this is quite simple. Here, why jinn first and not ins? Like here, ins came first, not jinn. Yeah, but in this case, jinn came first because we are talking about going through the heavens. Mankind can't do that. The jinn kind can. Yeah, that's why. Remember, they like to eavesdrop in the sky to listen to what's going on, and that's why the angels will throw the parts, the stars to them. Yeah, the comets to them. So this is why jinn is mentioned first and not mankind. In this case, we are talking about mankind because mankind are the ones who keep on saying the Quran is not authentic. Yeah, the Quran does not come from Allah. So they were challenged, come up with it. Yeah, so this is why mankind is mentioned first. So this is my last slide. So this is all that I want to talk about Takdim and Takhir. But I hope you can appreciate a bit more, yeah, what goes on in the Quran, inshallah. You have any questions on this before I start our Irab? Any questions? No?
No, sister.
Okay. If no questions, we will proceed. We stopped here last week. Can you see this? Is it big enough? Oh no. Bigger. We stopped. Yeah, we stopped here at min. We didn't finish. Oh no, we did finish. Yeah, we did finish ittaba'a. We did ittaba'a. So now we shall continue. Yeah, innama tunziru man ittaba'a. Now we go on to zikra. Zikra. Okay. Who would like to go first? Sister Bashira, would you like to try this? Zikra.
الذكرى.
Mm-hmm. Can we do the sa
ذو
first? Let's do the sa first, then it's easier for you. What
okay.
are the root letters?
ذا كاف and را.
Kaf and Ra, yes. And what family do you think this is?
The family one.
This is Mujarrad. And what is the Madi? This would
ذكر.
be, yeah, this is Zakara. The Mudari. This is
يذكر.
Nasara family. Yeah, yes,
Yes,
good. Yeah.
نصر.
Good. Okay, and what are the masdars?
ذكر.
Yep, that's correct. So this would be here. It can be zikrun, zikran, zikrin. Yeah, so that's it. And then the other one, the second one.
I don't know. I have to check the
Yeah,
dictionary.
this one we can only, as you know, for Mujarrad family, we really need to check the dictionary. Yeah, so this is actually tas. Yes. Taskar. Yeah, taskar. So it can be taskar.
Yes,
Then,
تذكر. Yes.
yeah, taskar. Taskar. Okay. What did I do? Okay. And what is for Mujarrad? What is the isim fa'il?
ذاكر.
Yes, excellent. Zakirun. Ah, so now we do this. Irab. So here we have the
Okay.
sentence. Innama tunziru manittaba'az zikra. It is mansub. So what do you
It is
think it is?
منصوب. So that will make him مفعول.
Yeah, it is maf'ul.
مفعول اتبع.
Okay, maf'ul bihi. Can you tell me the sign of this maf'ul bihi being mansub?
فتحة.
Yes. So we say here maf'ul bihi mansub bi.
بفتحة.
Yeah. Okay. So and what is it actually? What are we talking about? Zikr means us because this is alif lam. Yeah. So
Is
what are
an
we actually?
ism.
Sorry.
Is an ism.
Yes,
The
it is an
alif lam.
isim. So if it is an isim, what are we referring to actually? What do we normally follow that is recited as Muslims? What are we referring to?
Definite noun.
Yes, it is a definite noun, and it is actually referring to, yeah, it's actually referring to the Quran. Yeah, az-zikra is what you read, and we'll actually referring to the. Now, just take note. I write the Quran in this way, Al-Quran with this mad, yes, but in our Usmani Rasam, or the way we write in the Usmani Rasam, in your Quran, the Mus'haf that you recite, you will always see it like this, yes. So I just want you to take note, because sometimes we don't realize this. So this is just to take note. Okay, Alhamdulillah.
I'm sorry, Sister Zurida. How do you identify that it's referring to the Quran? Is it in the ayah?
Yeah, in the meaning of the ayah. Yeah, what you
Oh,
follow,
okay.
and it is read. Yeah, it is remembered and read as zikr. Yeah, from the meaning. All right. Okay. So now the next one. Wow. Um, Sis Nazma, what type of wow is this?
Is it Atifa?
Pardon? I can't quite hear you. Sorry.
Is it Atifa?
Ah, yes, it is Atifa. It is Atifa. Why do we say it's Atifa?
Because it's connected to, is connecting the next one.
Okay, it is the connecting one. All right. Atifa. It's not istiqnaf, because we're still talking about something. We haven't finished talking about it. Yeah. So it's Atifa because we're still talking about something. Okay, now you do the Khashia. Khashia is also something we can sarf. So what are the root letters to Khashia?
Four.
Kha, Shin.
And the last letter, I think need to do.
Sorry?
The last letter, I think need to start with D.
Are you saying wow? Yeah. Which one? Yeah. Is it? I'll put yeah for you because I really cannot hear you, Sister Nazma. You need to.
I
Okay.
will
So
think
this is family. What family is this?
family one.
Yeah, family one. So I'm going to tell you that this Hashia, family one, yeah.
So,
What is the Mahdi? Do you know? Have you looked this up? It must be the same thing that we're seeing here, right? Ha,
so
Hashia, yeah. Hashia. And what is the Mudari? This is tricky. You have to look up dictionary. Do you know how to look up your dictionary?
uh,
Mm-hmm. Anybody can help us, Sister Nazma out? Hashia.
Yakhsha.
It's not, sorry?
Yakhsha.
Yes, good. Thank you, Brother Hazim. Yakhsha. Yakhsha. And with a alif maksura. Yeah, Yakhsha. And the Mazda is this. I'm going to do this for you. Can you give me the second one? I'm doing one. Can you give me the second one? There are two. If you look at your dictionary, there are two. The first one is this one. Sorry, I always get the sukun wrong. What's the second one?
Dictionary. Oh, terserah.
It's quite common actually. We always see in the Quran. The second masdar. When we talk about Allah, yes, we'll always use this term in relation to him. Yeah. So what do you think the word is? Khashin. Yeah. It is khashyati. Yeah. Hush. This one, khashyatillah. Just use this. Maybe one day we can do a little bit of know about the difference between what do you mean by khashya of Allah. Yeah. Okay, and the fa'il. This one should be easy.
Khashiyan.
Kha, because it's nakis. What's the ending?
Khashiyah.
It's like madin. Fi'il madin. That is a nakis as well. So this is ha. Kha. Sorry, not ha. Kha.
Isn't it khashiyan?
It's the same as how you would do isim fa'il for the, we did fi'lun madin, remember? Both are rafa. So if I have here fahuwa kha, if that is madin, this is kha.
Khashin.
Yes, khashin. Yeah, because this is nakis. Nakis, for that, you will always have khashin. Easy way doing it. Okay. So now let's do the Irab for this. We already identified this is fi'il madin. So how do we do the fi'il madin Irab?
Can I see the things?
You want to see the ayah? Yep. But we already know this is fi'il madin because here we see the pattern here, right, Hashia? So now you just need to do the Irab for this.
Al-Madin. The
Fi'il madin is usually mabni or mu'rab.
Mabni.
Yeah, mabni. And this particular one is mabni on what? Mabniun ala
Fathah.
al. It's a fathah, right? But we don't say fathah for mabni. We always say al fat. We drop the tamabuta. We just say, and this is how the grammarians differentiate between a mabni and a mu'rab. Yeah, so mabni, they use al fat. If it's mu'rab, it's al fathah. Yeah, okay. So the fa'il, what's the fa'il?
What?
It is huwa. Is it? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So it is huwa. But for huwa, we have in classical Irab, yes, we need to say a lot more things than just huwa. We say it's al-fa'il. Then we say it is damirun. Damirun, remember? Yeah. And this damirun is mustatirun. Yeah, mustatirun. Yep. And it's mustatirun in it is jawazan. Why we say jawazan? Because we say that sometimes it is not hidden. This is when we have the outside doer. Takdiruhu. So it's allowed to disappear and allow the outside doer to come in. huwa. So damirun mustatirun jawazan, yeah, takdirun huwa. Why we say jawazan? Because it allows an outside doer. Okay, please remember this. Yeah, fi'il madin, it's not that difficult really. Yeah, and fa'il damirun mustatirun jawazan takdiruhu huwa. It estimated to be huwa because you do not see the damir. If you see the damir, like you see in something like maybe, what did we see just now? Raqta, wasn't it? Something like that in one of the verses for the Taqdim Tahir. Yeah, something like when you see the ta and you know that ta is ta a fa'il. Yeah, so that one is what we call damir baris. Baris means you can see. Damir that is not seen is mustatir. Yeah. Okay. Now Ar-Rahmana. Ar-Rahmana. Brother Hazim, what is Ar-Rahmana?
Isim.
Yes, it is an isim. And what is it? What type of isim? This isim is mansub, right? So this is isim mansub.
Yes.
And it is mansub because of?
Fathah.
Yes, exactly. Because of the fathah. And isim mansub bil fathah, but what is it? What function is it in this sentence?
This is maful bihi.
Yes, this
No?
is also maf'ul. Yeah, this is also maf'ul. Of hashya, basically. Right. And bil ghaibi. Bil ghaibi. Would you like to try, Sister Raihana? Bil ghaibi? The Irab of this?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sorry?
Harf jar.
Yes, half of jar.
Ism majrur.
Half of jar and isim majrur. Half jar. Isim majrur. Okay. There is a name for this.
Shubuh jumla.
Okay. Yes, it is a shubha. Sorry, what have I done here? Isim. Okay. It is a shibhu jumla, that's true, half jar. But what I meant was there is what we normally call this as jar majrur. Just call it Jawa majrur. Let me. So when it is Jawa majrur, sorry, I always get when it is Jawa majrur, right? It has to be, as you say, a shibhu jumla. It's muta'alliq to what? Bil ghaibi. Here we are, the sentence. So this is Jawa majrur. It is muta'alliq to something. It has to be muta'alliq to something.
Fi'il.
Okay, what's the fi'il? Hashia.
Yeah. No.
Okay, right. So this is something we say muta'alliq. Muta'alliq. Now this is one choice, okay? This is one choice. Muta'alliq to the fi'il hashia. Bi fi'il hashia. Khashia. Is it khashia? Okay. We also learned, if you the others remember, we also learned that one, the choice is muta'alliq to the fi'il, but it can also be muta'alliq to other things. Yes, it can also be muta'alliq to other things. If you look at this, there is something definite here. When you have something definite here, actually there are two things that are definite here. Ar-Rahman and the fa'il of Hashia. The fa'il of Hashia was huwa, remember? So any domir is, of course, definite, ma'rifah, because you know who the person is. Yeah, Hashia. So Hasya, there are two things that are definite in front of here. When you have two things definite before something, like shibhu jumlah like this, there is an inclination to have something that is mahzuf, okay, something that has been dropped. And what is this thing that has been dropped? Because we are talking about definite things, it's a hal. Okay, it's a hal. If we're talking about things that is not definite but indefinite, then it's probably muta'alliq to something that is missing, which is sifah. Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how. So in this case, it can be muta'alliq to two things. We said that. We said just now, muta'alliq. You see things, nice things happen when you have things like that because the translation, changes with the meaning. So this is muta'alliq to hal, which is mahzuf. Hal, mahzuf. How do we spell mahzuf?
Mim, ha,
Yes. What comes
Hal.
next? Zal, wow, and
wa.
pa. Okay. Mutaliq hal mahzuf. Yeah. And this hal, the sahibul hal, we are going to say two things. First, the fa'il. Okay. The fa'il of hashya, which is huwa. Of hashya. Okay. And the third possibility is, of course, is muta'alliq to ar-Rahman. Yeah, ar-Rahman. So it is muta'alliq to hadha mahzuf to the maf'ul. So the maf'ul. The maf'ul is ar-Rahman, and that is, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man. I've got too many has. Did I spell that right? Okay. Right. So this, when we do the translation later or next class, we will see the difference. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Sister Rahina is going, oh, thank goodness I don't need to translate. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So now, Fabashirhu. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. The fa here, Sister Ruqayyah, can you join us, or would you just like to listen this time around?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikum salam.
Just listen. Sorry.
You want to listen first. Okay, so we go back to Sister Bashira. Fabashirhu, the Irab for this.
So far is I don't know, is it istinafiya
Okay. Okay.
or just harf ataf?
It is half ataf, yes.
Okay.
It is actually half ataf, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's put that as ataf. But there is the thing about this particular fa as a half ataf, what does it do actually? It says that something comes, it is something that follows something, right?
Is this sababiya?
No, not sababiyah, not sababiyah in this case. This is ataf, yes. It indicates tartib, yeah. The tartib, that means the order of things, as well as lil tartib. Bashara, what comes immediately after. Bashara is to come immediately after. Yeah, that's why we normally use fa instead of wa. Yeah, if not, we would have just used wa. Okay. Now, this one, Bashiruhu.
Bashir.
Yeah. So
Bashir.
it has a sukun. So Bashir would be. You want to do the sharp? Maybe it will help to do the sharp.
Okay. So
You're doing this. Have I missed
Bashara.
someone out? Have I missed someone out? Or I seem as if I did stuff with you just a while ago. Okay, family.
Yeah.
Never mind. Get the
Mm.
practice.
So Bashara,
Okay, so that means it is family.
family too.
Yes. Sarah. I think you do the Saf and I'll ask Brother Hazim to do the Irab. So you have a rest.
Okay. Okay.
Bashara. Bashara. So but Brother Hazim, you better get
Bashiru.
ready. You Bashiru. Because it's family too. We don't have Ya
Yeah.
for family too.
Bashara. Yeah.
Bashiru. Okay. And then what about our Mazda?
Tabshiran.
Takliman. So
Tabshiran.
Tabshiran. Good.
Tabshiran.
Excellent. Tabshir. Yeah. Sorry. Tabshiran. And Fahuwa.
Mubashirun.
Bashir. Excellent. Okay. Brother Hazim, the Irab.
This one is fi'il amar.
Oh, good. At least for Bashirun. Okay. I have to highlight this. This is fi'il amar. Yes, go ahead.
Mabni ala sukun.
Mabni ala sukun. Okay. Fi'il amar mabni ala sukun. Amar.
Wa
Oh, sorry. I think maybe as we go along, you all do the typing later on. Yeah. The fa'il would be
Domir mustatir.
Domir mustatir.
Wujuban.
Oh, good.
Wujuban takdiruhu anta.
You've done your homework. Alhamdulillah. Oops, sorry. I wish my typing improves. So would you ban? Takdiruhu anta. Takdiruhu anta. And we still have the Fabashir who. So what's the who here?
Who maybe maf'ul bihi.
It's not maybe, it is. Okay. So how do I write this? How do I write this? So I'll say here wa al-ha, yeah, because we're looking at ha. Is what type of domir now? Just now was mustatir. This is
Muttasil.
muttasil. So this is attached. Yeah. Muttasil. This is also family 8. Muttasil. Mabniyun. What is it? Mabni to or over. Sorry. Under. Who?
Dhamma.
Yeah. So in mabni we don't say dhamma. We say ad.
Al-dom.
Ad-dam. Okay. So this is fi mahali. What is it? Fi mahali with?
Fi mahali rafa.
This is a maf'ul.
Fi mahali nasab.
Yes, good.
Fi mahali
Nasab. I know because you look at dhamir, you're thinking fine. Okay, nasab maf'ul bihi. Yeah, maf'ul bihi. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so we will stop here for tonight, inshallah. We still have a little bit more, and next class we will do the verse number 12, and then I'm going to do what we call like a rapid test revision. So rapid test revision meaning I'll open any page in the Quran in our Mus'haf. Yes, I'll pick a word and you're going to tell me. I'm not going to type anymore. You're just going to say, okay, is this an isim? Is this a fi'il? Yes. Is it a half or anything? And then you just tell me if it is a fi'il, then of course what type of fi'il, what are the signs, yeah, whether it's what is whether Irab of it, whether it's mansub, marfu or majzum, yeah, for fi'il. And if it is an isim, then is it a marfu, mansub, or what does a fi'il do? Majrur, yeah. So things like that, and you will tell me the sign. Okay, so we will finish verse 11 next class, and then we'll do the rapid fire one. Yeah, because I need to know just how well you recognize the words from the Quran. Is that okay? Okay, alhamdulillah.
Mm.
Okay.
Sorry, Sister Zoraida, can I
Yes,
ask a question?
yes, Sister
So,
Bashira.
why is the fi'l madi, why is it mabni? Is it because it doesn't have variations like marfu, mansub, and majzum?
Yes, it's not mu'rab. Yeah, because it comes in
Okay,
that form and only that form. Mabni means to be
okay,
fixed. Yeah, okay.
yes, okay,
All right.
okay.
Okay then.
Jazakallahu khairan.
آمين وإياك سبحان الله وبحمده نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Inshallah we meet again next Friday. Yeah, we go back to the normal timing. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa
وعليكم السلام
rahmatullahi wa
ورحمة الله.
barakatuh.
Thank you, sister.
Jazakallahu khairan.
آمين وإياك.